What's up, Dawg Nation? It's your favorite time of the week, where we break down all things Georgia Bulldogs. Today, we've got a massive injury update that could completely change the game for us in the college football playoff. We're talking about key players, potential returns, and what it all means for our path to another national championship. You are not going to want to miss this, so stick around. First, let's talk about the big one, the name on everyone's mind, Colbie Young. Remember, Young went down with that nasty leg injury against Ole Miss way back on October 19th. At the time, it looked bleak. We all thought his season was over, and it was a huge blow. Before that injury, he was our leading receiver, racking up 23 catches for 336 yards and a touchdown. He was the go-to guy, the reliable hands we needed on third down. Losing him hurt, there's no doubt about it. But hold on, because Coach Kirby Smart just dropped a bombshell that has all of Dawg Nation buzzing. On Sunday, he gave an update, and it's filled with a surprising amount of optimism. Smart said, "We went over some injuries today, and his name came up. I think it would be a stretch. I was not thinking of being able to get him back when the injury occurred. There has been some optimism with his rehab and his recovery. Now let's break that down. A stretch doesn't mean impossible, and optimism is the key word here." Smart clarified that this optimism was more geared towards a potential return asterisk after the initial playoff game, assuming we advance. So, while we probably shouldn't expect to see him suit up on January 1st, the door is officially open for a potential appearance in the Fiesta Bowl on January 8th if we get there. Smart himself said, "I think we'll find out over the next, 20-something days. We'll find a lot more out." Think about what that means. Getting Colbie Young back, even in a limited capacity, for the biggest game of the season would be a monumental boost for our offense. It adds another weapon, a proven veteran presence that Carson Beck can trust. This isn't just wishful thinking anymore. It's a real possibility that the coaching staff is actively monitoring. The next few weeks of his rehab are going to be absolutely critical. We'll be watching the story closer than anyone. And the good news for the receiving corps doesn't stop there. Let's talk about Noah Thomas. He was another guy we were worried about. He only played a single snap in the SEC championship game against Alabama due to a back injury. That's basically not playing at all. The passing attack felt that absence. Having a big-bodied receiver like Thomas on the field opens things up for everyone else. The hope is that this long layoff before the playoff game on January 1st will give him more than enough time to get his back right and return to full strength. Imagine a scenario where we get both Colbie Young and Noah Thomas back for the playoffs. That would be a defensive coordinator's nightmare. Our passing game, which has already been explosive, would go to a whole new level. It would give us the depth and firepower we need to compete with any team in the country, whether it's Ohio State, Miami, or Texas A&M down the line. It completely changes the calculus for our offense and makes us that much more dangerous. Now, let's shift gears to the backfield and talk about another heart-stopping moment from the SEC championship game. I'm talking about running back Chauncey Bowens. We all saw it. In the fourth quarter, he breaks off this awesome 19-yard run, the longest of the day for the Dogs, and then he just stays down. He looked like he was in a ton of pain, and everyone held their breath. Given his history with a leg injury that caused him to miss the Charlotte and Georgia Tech games, it was a scary sight. But once again, Kirby Smart came through with some fantastic news that let us all exhale. He explained what happened, saying, "Yeah, he landed on his back on that run he broke out on. He was fine after the game. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but he landed on his back, and he was in a great deal of pain. Apparently, This has happened a couple of other times this season when he has taken a hard fall on his back. The most important part? Smart finished by saying, "But he seems to be fine." That is a massive relief. Bowens is our second leading rusher this season with 516 yards and 6 touchdowns. He's a critical part of our ground and pound attack. Knowing that the injury wasn't serious and that he is okay means our running back room should be at full strength heading into the playoffs. With this long break, any lingering soreness should completely disappear. Having a healthy Chauncey Bowens is non-negotiable for a deep playoff run. So, with Young showing optimistic progress, Thomas getting time to heal, and Bowens escaping serious injury, the health of our team is trending in a very positive direction. And we're going to need it, because this layoff presents its own unique challenge. Kirby Smart talked about this, acknowledging the so-called layoff curse. Remember, last year all 4 teams that had a first-round bye in the expanded playoff ended up losing in the quarterfinals. And guess what? The Georgia Bulldogs are the only team to earn a first-round bye in back-to-back seasons. Some people will point to that layoff as an excuse if things go wrong. But Kirby isn't having any of it. He said, "I don't know that I can provide the layoff with any excuse. I think that's what the general public and the people on the outside world want to say that the layoff had to do with it." He then gave credit where it's due, adding, "I think it had something to do with a good football team we played against." That's the championship mindset right there. No excuses. It's not about rust, it's about execution. It's about using this time to get healthier, sharper, and more prepared than your opponent. This staff knows how to manage a long break. They've done it before on the way to winning national titles. They'll use this time to rest the guys who are banged up, get in some quality practice, and film study, and make sure the team is mentally and physically peaking on January 1st. Beyond those big names, there are a few other injuries we're keeping an eye on. Jonah Aguero has been dealing with a wrist issue. Zion Branch has been listed with an undisclosed injury. We also have guys like Drew Bobo, Kyron Jones, Bo Walker, Jordan Hall, Ethan Barber, and Andra Evans on the report with various ailments. This extended break is just as crucial for them. Getting even a few of these depth pieces back and healthy adds to our overall strength and resilience, which is vital in a playoff format where you could be playing to high-stakes games in the span of a week. Every healthy body counts. So, to recap, Dawg Nation, things are looking up. The potential, even if it's a long shot, of seeing Colbie Young in the postseason is incredible. The expectation that Noah Thomas and Chauncey Bowens will be fully healthy for our first game is a huge sigh of relief. This team is using the bye week exactly as it should be used, to get healthy and get ready. The path forward is clear. First up, it's the winner of Ole Miss and Tulane on New Year's Day. Mark your calendars for January 1st, 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. It's going to be electric. We'll be here every step of the way, bringing you the latest updates as we get closer to kickoff. What do you guys think? How big would it be to get Colbie Young back? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. I read every single one of them. Thanks for tuning in today. Everyone, if you enjoyed the update, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss a thing. Go Dogs!